It's concepts, architecture, protocols that I will cover in the first half of my session. And in the second half, I thought of discussing two applications. One is on agricultural application, that is how IoT can be used for agriculture applications. And since Coimbatore is a textile hub, I thought of giving more importance to textile oriented projects. Like being a faculty, how you people can contribute to this textile industry with the help of IoT concepts. And also I will be giving you some of the case studies where IoT can be useful for home applications. So this is going to be the agenda of my presentation. Fine. So Kevin Ashton, he is considered to be one of the advocates of Internet of Things. And if you see, he has said like if we had computers that knew everything using data they gathered without any help from us, we would be able to track and count everything and greatly reduce waste, loss, and cost. This was the statement given by Kevin Ashton to introduce the concept of IoT. Now people are talking about Internet of Everything and Internet of Education. We are now in an online platform that is nothing but Internet of Education. It is called as IoE. IoE is a word coined by Cisco platform. Cisco. They said Internet of Everything, and also there is a concept called as Internet of Education. You just Google it. Academicians be uh, can implement these concepts in their day-to-day life, and they can give some projects to the students as well. So IoE, IoT are more related terms. Apart from that, in India, almost many states, many countries, many states, many places, many cities, they want to consider that they want to convert that into a smart city. So to convert a city into a smart city, there are 9 elements required. For example, you can take a healthcare, you can take transportation, you can take industry, you can take living, activity of daily living, etc. Many things. Waste management technology. So in all these elements, we need to implement IoT. Then only it is possible for us to implement the concept of smart city. So how we faculty can contribute to this smart city developments? Because SCM, we call it as SCM, Smart City Mission. Under the Smart City Mission, there is a separate COE is there, CEO, Chief Educational Officer, Chief Executive Officer is there to implement the concept of smart city in each and individual city. In Coimbatore, we have a CEO, and that CEO will be taking decision. They mean taking ideas from different domain, different people. So you people can also contribute to the smart city development. You can implement your own ideas, and that can be implemented in the city. You will be given fund for developing that particular concept or that particular idea. How this IoT can be useful, I'll be giving you some of the concepts that can be implemented as a student level project in the primary level. Then we can go for the implementation in the city. Okay, so this is going to be the agenda of my presentation. And before I start my presentation, if you have any doubts in between, you can stop me then and there. You can put it in the chat box. I will be answering all the questions then and there. I don't want to answer all the at the end of my presentation. If you have any doubt in a particular slide, stop me, unmute yourself. Then we'll clarify the doubts and then we'll move on to the next slide. Fine. If you see the origin of IoT, it was started in the year 1999. As I said, Kevin Ashton, he has used sensor for controlling a particular device, and that is being controlled with the help of internet. So a particular system is being operated through internet, and it can be controlled with the help of a sensor. So earlier, this concept was mainly used for logistics applications, mainly for supply chain management. For example, if you go to any of the mall, each and every garment is given an RFID tag. You are not supposed to take the garment out without removing that RFID tag. If you come out with that RFID tag, an alarm bell will be given to the security. Okay, there is a sensor, RFID transmitter, and there is an RFID receiver. When you enter a garment shop or a mall, there will be an RFID receiver. You have to go through that receiver only. So your garment will be having a transmitter. So if it transmits, then it will give an alarm. So mainly the concept of IoT was used for supply chain management. And similarly, in the year 1990, there was a project called as IoT or IP enabled toaster, Internet Protocol enabled toaster. They have switched on and off a toaster with the help of Internet Protocol. You know what do you mean by Internet Protocol, right? Protocol is a set of rules and languages. For example, Tamil has a set of rule and language. English has a set of rule and language. We people can communicate with the help of particular set of rules and language. Okay, that is called as a protocol. If I am communicating with the help of internet, and to communicate that, we have a standard rules and regulations. That we call it as an internet protocol. If you transfer file from one device to another device, I have a question, I think. Participants, you no need to put good morning, good afternoon, thank you, and all in chat box. If you have any doubts, you please put. Otherwise, you don't put any messages in the chat box. Hope you people can understand. For example, if you transfer file from one device to another device, for example, if you're transferring a file from laptop to a pen drive, then you will be using an FTP protocol, file transfer protocol. So protocol is a set of rules and languages for a particular device. So we need to know what is the protocol is being used. The main purpose of saying this is, assuming that in your home, you want to control all your lights and fans with the help of your mobile phone. So what do you need to do? You need a mobile phone, and you need a communication media between your mobile phone and your light and fan. So for doing so, Amazon is giving a product. You need to purchase that product and plug in that particular switch box. And with that product, we can communicate to multiple electrical appliances. So that electrical appliances can communicate via mobile phone through that Amazon IoT device. So we will be having a very old system in our home. If you want to modernize that, you can purchase that, and it can be called as an IoT enabled device. Okay. So this is the origin of IoT. And similar to that, CMU, Carnegie Mellon University in US, and Cambridge University in UK, they have also developed some of the product called as soda machine and coffee pot that was operated using Internet of Things. And Texas Instruments, they call it as M2M, machine to machine communication. And some of the industries, they called it as smart object networking. We human beings can communicate with a particular language. The two machines can communicate with a particular language. If the two machines can communicate, that can be communicated with the help of an internet protocol, then it can be called as Internet of Things. So this is the concept. I hope you don't have any doubt. If you have any doubt, you please ask me. So this is the concept we need to work upon. So to face this concept, to develop this concept, what are all the challenges we have? How would you connect everything on the planet? See, let us say I have a farmhouse in a remote village. I'm in Coimbatore. If I want to water that plants in that farmhouse, I cannot go each and every day. Instead, I can operate with the help of my mobile phone. So for that, I need to connect my mobile phone with the pumps in the village, in that farmhouse. So how would we connect everything on the planet? That was a very big challenge in the earlier days. Now we have 3G, 4G, 5G communication. With the help of internet, we can able to communicate. And what type of wireless communication could be built into the device? Earlier, there are different wireless communication media available. For example, we can have frequency modulation, FM, RF modulation. Sorry, not RF modulation, RFID. We can have Bluetooth. We can have GSM. So different communication media are available, or otherwise we can have a simple wired communication. Communication can be of two ways. One is wired communication, another one is wireless. Wired, let us not bother about that. In the wireless communication, we can do it with the help of FM, RFID, Bluetooth, GSM. At what changes would need to the existing system? As I told you, in a textile industry, all the textile machineries are very old industry. It was purchased in the 1920s, etc. Even that machine could be converted to an automated machine with the help of this IoT. And for doing so, what are the requirements? If, for example, in textile, they need to check the length of the fabric. They need to check the tension of the fabric, tension of the yarn. So to measure these two parameters, what type of sensor we need to integrate into the machine, and how you power these devices, what is the battery capacity, and what must be developed to make the solution cost effective. The last point is very very easy now, because the entire kit, with the help of the modern technology, evolution of electronics, the entire kit, including the input device, the processor, and the output device, may cost around 500 rupees. With that 500 rupees kit, we can able to develop an entire project. So these are all the challenges we need to face. In the current scenario, I told you, this, let us not bother about that. Okay, this is the definition of IoT. The Internet of Things is generally thought of as connecting things to the internet, as the name said, using the connection to provide some kind of useful remote monitoring or control of those things. It is basically a machine to machine communication. And the IoT definition is not limited to this IoT evolution alone, but it can be expanded to multiple applications. Those use cases or applications we will see later. So the first IoT application is the smartphone. Earlier, we used to have phone only for calling application and for texting application. Now, with the help of the phone, we can do all the things in the world. Except cooking, we can do everything in the mobile phone. We can do banking. We can use it as a mobile music player, GPS device, a barcode scanner, camera, calculator, many things. So mobile phone or smartphone is one of the beautiful IoT application. The phone was introduced in the world in the year 1876. Mobile phone was introduced in the year 1973. iPhone was introduced in the year July 2007. Okay. From then onwards, the applications of mobile phone has increased much, and many apps came in the mobile phone. I can use this mobile phone for multiple applications. I can use it as a translator. Okay, if you want to know, if you want to develop your own application, that is possible. You can do business. Now you know the concept of Bitcoin. I'll talk about that later. So this is the one of the standard application of IoT. Smartphone is equal to cell phone plus operating system plus local intelligence plus internet, is nothing but the smartphone. So smart things makes wonders. For example, you know the concept of cryptocurrency, right? Yesterday, Elon Musk, you know who is Elon Musk, right? The Tesla company owner, he has announced that we can able to purchase electric vehicle manufactured by Tesla with the help of Bitcoin. No one knows the shape of the Bitcoin. We know only the dollar symbol, but not S, but B is the representation of Bitcoin. We call it, technically we call it as a cryptocurrency. Okay, if you see the history of Bitcoin, it is very very comical, right? I can say it is comical. It was started in a very very smaller way, but now if you see the cost of the Bitcoin now, it goes in terms of millions and millions. So Elon Musk said we can transact with the help of Bitcoin. Soon many other systems can say, many other vendors can say we can transact with the help of Bitcoin. In India it is not commercialized, India it is not formalized properly, but Bitcoin is going to rule the world in the future. But it has no actual cash. We don't know the shape of the Bitcoin. And if you see Uber company owner don't own a car, but it is one of the famous logistic company. And Facebook, they don't create a data, they don't create a content. We ourselves make a content and we popularize Facebook. They don't have a server, they have server only for creating an account, but all the data content are being developed by the user. Alibaba is yet another, it is not famous in India, but in all other countries it is so famous. Alibaba is one of the famous retailer, And Airbnb is also one of the famous real estate owner, but these two company, they don't own anything. They are like a mediator, they are like a brokers. How do you implement IoT in smart home? So these applications finds very useful. You can give as a mini project or a final year project to your student. The clock checks the train time online and lets you sleep longer if train comes late. This is one of the project, but I can give it in a single statement. So how can I implement this concept? I need to check, I need to interface IRCTC website and your clock. And again, I have to give an alarm. I have to develop an app basically. Okay, physically I don't have any hardware, I don't need any hardware device. Without any hardware device, I can do this project. And the bottle cap remains to medicate if you refuse. See, I can create a bottle cap. At every time it will give an alarm to take the medicine. If you don't take the medicine, it will give information to your caretaker as well as to your doctor. And you can have an umbrella. It will the umbrella can interface with the climate app. What you have like Cloudy, there are different app is there. And BBC weather report is there. You can interface with that, and it will remind you to take the umbrella if the weather is too hot or too rainy. You can predict it. That is very very important. I think some of the participants mic is on. Kindly switch it off your mic. And the next application is location-based service in your phone, monitor your travel, inform your safe arrival to the family. All these things can happen without the intervention of the human being. That is very, very important. You have to communicate with a proper app, and it has to give proper information to the user. See, this is what I explained to you in the starting of my presentation. How do you implement IoT in smart city applications? I can use it in the business, healthcare, energy sector, transportation, security, building. Apart from that, I have smart waste management, sewage treatment, etc. Many, many applications are there. If you want more applications, I can tell it later based on your questions. All these applications are very, very cost effective. You can even do PhDs in this topic. Okay. And IoT in security, you know very well, all the ATM centers are in a remote place. You can implement your own concepts like smart shutter, smart door, smart floor, smart camera, smart alarm, etc. One such application I can tell you, you can have a door, we can call it as a smart door. First, it has to check whether the person is a known person or not. If it is a known person, the person database will be created inside that controller, and it will call the person by its name by identifying his face, and it will welcome the person, and it will open the door for himself. Okay. And if it is an unknown person, it will take a picture of that person, it will send it to your mobile phone. If you authorize it, it will open, otherwise it won't open. It may say that you are not allowed to enter into the house or a company or whatever it is. These are all the things we can implement it in a very very easy manner, because in all the system we have a sophisticated camera, a small size camera. A person has to stand there, and there are many sensors available. For example, far in vibration PIR sensors are available. I need to tell you about this sensor. If you want to select a sensor for a particular application, the only parameter you need to bother is the sensitivity. I think electrical engineers will know about this concept. Sensitivity is nothing but even for a very very small input, it has to give an output. That is called as sensitivity. The sensitivity of the sensor should be very very high, so that even the vibration of the cat, you know why I specifically mentioned cat, you know how cat walks, right? It won't create any vibration. Even that vibration can be sensed by this kind of a sensor. And the cost of the sensor is very very cheap. Even you can even get the sensor for around like 100 to 150 rupees. That is available in the market. Okay. You can place the sensor, and the sensor input is given to the controller. Based on the input and based on the program what you have it in the controller, it will process the output. Like what? It can open the door, it can give an alarm bell, it can give a message to the user, etc. That all depends upon how we are using it. And this is also very very important, IoT analytics. Okay. See, one of the future application, one of the upcoming trend, upcoming topic of interest is big data analytics. What I mean by big data analytics? See, now in this present scenario, huge number of data are available. Every person is being identified by his or her mobile number, Aadhaar number, ration card number, election ID. So I have huge number of data. With the help of Aadhaar number, we can say that what is the purchase he has done last time. Based on the ATM card data, we can say that how what is his bank balance account, what is his purchase interest, right? So I can have huge number of data, and what can I do with the data? I need to analyze it, and for analyzing that, we need a specific software. So here I just want to tell you a simple concept of ANN, machine learning, and deep learning, because this is nowhere a topic of interest for computer science engineering. All electrical engineers should know what is the difference between these three things. If you want your system to think like human being, you can use ANN. If you want your system to learn by itself, then you can use machine learning. If you want your system to predict the future happening, then you can use deep learning. For doing so, you need data. So the data can be given by the IoT. IoT have a sensor, and sensor will give the data. And what can I do with the data? I need to do some programming. Depending on the intensity of the output, I can go for what? ANN or machine learning or deep learning. So for that, I need a processor. And how fast you need to you process it, based on that, you can have big data analytics or fast data analytics or more analytics or advanced analytics, etc. And in IoT, in smart building, what kind of IoT things you can do? For example, you are going for an industrial visit. So in that industry, if it is a old industry, you can modernize that industry by implementing these parameters. For example, you can have a remote control and automation, real-time alerts, smart lighting, energy management. This is very, very important for an electrical engineer. Temperature control, security and surveillance, smart entertainment, health and wellness, elderly care, safety. I have given the topics alone. If you want to know more about the individual topics, I can explain it very well based on your request. Okay. So one simple concept is IoT in healthcare concept. This we call it as wearable electronics. Now everyone is having a wearable device. We call it as a smartwatch. And what that smartwatch will do, it will check your heart rate, respiratory rate, oxygen level, blood pressure, pulse rate, and how many calories you have burnt, how many kilometers you have walked, and how many kilometers you have climbed, and whether you have reached the goal or not, etc. Assuming that a person is affected by a heart attack and he has been bypassed, has done bypass surgery, and in future also he needs to be monitored 24 bar 7 always. He cannot be in hospital. He has to go and work. So for monitoring, I can implement certain sensors in his body that we call it as a personal area network or BAN, body area network. If at all, if any of assuming that that person is going for a morning walk in the early morning, 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. So if any of the parameter is abnormal, immediately his parameter or his vital parameter details will be given to an ambulance or to the hospital or to the caretaker or to the nearest police station, etc. And your ambulance will come and say you are going to get a heart attack, you please get in into the ambulance. This is going to be the future medicine, future healthcare concept. This we call it as a telemedicine concepts. For that, we need to use the concept of internet of things. So what is the requirement of IoT? It has to be uniquely identifiable. It should have self-configuring capabilities. It should automated data capture, easy data exchange. These are all the basic fundamental requirements of IoT. Whether it can be a small project or a very big project, you need to satisfy these requirements for implementing the concept of IoT. Okay. Applications areas of IoT we'll see later. Fine. What are the components of IoT? So as of now, we have discussed what are all the requirements of IoT, what is the definition of IoT, etc. Now we'll see how will you develop an IoT project. Okay. So I have decided to do a project. How to start with? I need to identify the components first. What are all the components? I need to know the type of sensor and the actuator. The sensor can sense different parameter. Either it could be a temperature, humidity, pressure, flow, respiratory rate, heart rate, the liquid level, density, viscosity, etc. For all these things, we have standard sensors available. Poisonous gas detection, we are doing that project. Carbon monoxide reduction, carbon dioxide reduction, NOx and SOx detection. For that, we have a sensor. And after sensing it, it has to actuate a particular output. So what is the output you require? The sensor has to store the data. We need a storage. Here we will be storing all the data, and the stored data, with the help of the stored data, we can do what? Big data analytics. And what is the device we need to implement all this component? And what type of communication? Either it is a wired communication or a wireless communication. If it is a wireless communication, is it within the zone? If it is within the zone, I can go for a Bluetooth device, or otherwise I can go for RFID. If it is out of the zone or out of the node, I can go for GSM network. And what it is going to process, what type of processor I can choose. As I told you, a processor is available for 500 rupees. Same processor is available with the highly modified system. It is available for 4,000 to 5,000 rupees. So what is the requirement? What need to be processed? Uh, okay, and localization and tracking and identification. So these are all, these two parameter will vary depending on the application. So these are all the components required for developing an IoT project. Okay. Do you have any doubts so far? If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Okay, I believe you don't have any doubts. I'll start. So I have identified the component. After identifying it, I need to develop an architecture, right? So how do you develop an architecture? Depending on the application again. So architecture should define the topology of the component. What is the hardware and software requirement? What is its operating system? And what are the protocols? Based on that, I can define an architecture. There are different architecture available. For example, device architecture, service architecture, infrastructure architecture, protocol architecture. Okay. What do you mean by device architecture? You can see here, I have given you the block diagram alone. The application, as I said, we will explain it later. In the case of a device architecture, it consists of sensor and input-output interfaces, memory, storage. And this can be communicated via internet to the processor, audio, video, and you should have proper connectivity. This is called as a device architecture. In the case of service architecture, a device can be communicated to an application, mobile phone app. Okay. For example, device or things, depending on the components, it can communicate to the particular app. This is service architecture. And in the case of a functional architecture, you can have different zones. And these different zones will have a gateway. I'll tell you what is gateway later. And it will give an information to the management system. It can give an output to the actuator. Similarly, it can save the data to the fog computing for big data analytics. This is very, very important for an industrial IoT. IoT, we have two things. Simple in IoT, Internet of Things. If you want to implement this IoT concepts to the industry, then we call it as industrial Internet of Things. IIoT can be developed with the help of this functional architecture. For example, this can be one system, this can be one machine, this can be another machine, and this can give all this data to a fog computing or otherwise a big data analytic device. As I told you, I repeat it again, the functional requirements of IoT are uniquely identifiable, self-configuring capability, automated data capture, easy data exchange. I want right information at the right time. Okay, that is called as easy data exchange. How to build a system? I need an architecture. We have defined how to develop an architecture. and the architecture gets its input from the reference architecture, and it will give an output, and all are closely related. And the collaborative development, here this collaborative development architecture is used for implementing it in a functional architecture or a functional topology. We'll see later. So how to build an IoT device? You have an architecture reference model and you have a concrete architecture, and this is the best practices. You can take it from a reference model. From that reference model you can implement the concept of IoT to develop your own IoT concrete structure. And similarly, to build a product, because ultimately what you want, in the first slide we have discussed about umbrella and to a clock and a book, etc., and a healthcare concept, etc. Ultimately we want to develop a product, a medical, for a very old age person, I need to know whether they have taken a medicine or not. It is a product. Similarly, for a school going kid, I need to remember the school going kid to take water very often. For that I need to make a IoT enabled water bottle. Similarly, I have one more application here. I just want to discuss with you. I need answer from you people. There are 33 participants, right? So I want to monitor, I want to develop a product, and the product name is called as a smart toothbrush. How to develop a smart toothbrush? The application, this is the product name. And what I want to do from that, I want the following requirements. I want to know whether my child is brushing her tooth properly or not. How to do it? With the help of IoT. Can anyone answer? I want to develop a toothbrush because one of the biggest problem what family, I mean, father and mother are facing is whether their child is brushed her teeth properly or not. They will go to that washroom, they will come back saying that I have brushed. I need to monitor it continuously. This is not only for the kid, it is even for the very age old person, because we won't brush our teeth properly, right? Whether we don't know whether we have brushed our teeth properly or not. So I want to develop a smart brush. The smart brush will do what? It will check whether all the tooths are brushed properly or not. If not, it has to give a signal to you in your mobile phone saying that you have not brushed properly. If you have brushed properly, it will say you have done it properly. And after doing so, all the data will be given to your dentist. And the dentist, one after a particular time, the dentist may say it is the time for you to come and check up your teeth, or otherwise it may tell you it is a time for you to change your brush. In many of your brushes we have seen, there won't be any bristles, right? They will brush it with with the help of the plastic. You are not doing, you are not supposed to do so. It will spoil your teeth. So what, at what time I need to change the bristles? This is a very common example, but if I want to implement smart things, how will I implement it? What kind of sensor I can place? Can anyone answer this question? How can I implement this project? What should be the first step? The concept is smart brush. Okay, I have an answer.
We have an answer in chat box, sir.
Yeah, sir. We install proximity sensor or something like motion detection sensor to record movement of toothbrush. Very good. Who is that? Akash. Proximity sensor will check only whether the input is present or not. Okay. And motion detection sensor, very good. We can keep it. We can keep the motion detection sensor, and we can check whether the germs are present or not. For that, we can implement certain sensor, and all these sensor we can place sensor to check the liquid level. Okay, we can go for a nano technology. Very good. We can go for a nano. That is what I was about to say. We can go for, very good, pressure sensor is also good, because we cannot put more pressure on the brushes. We have to put minimum pressure. Okay, and we can also put a color sensor. Okay, because our teeth should be either in yellow color or in white color. It should not be in pure white. It should be in a pale yellow color for healthy teeth, right? and it can check whether the germs are being properly cleaned or not. For doing so, we can have 3 or 4 sensor, as you said, pressure sensor, motion sensor, chemical sensor, etc., and water sensor, and all these sensors are integrated into the brushes, and it will check whether all these things are sensed properly or not. And one more thing, the child normally they won't brush, they will chew the brushes. It should not, the sensor should not, a timer, I don't think so it is required. Maybe in the controller part we can have some timer. Yes, we can have some timer. Care should be taken. We have to implement these sensor, and these brushes are being used by the kids as well as the adult, and they can chew it. Even if you chew it, it should be a biodegradable sensor, because some of the sensor we can implant inside the body. I think you know what I'm saying, right? And implantable sensor, even if it goes inside the body, it won't spoil your health. And you have to create your mobile phone app. You can give it as a student project. You can create a mobile phone app, and in that mobile phone app, it will tell you it has a unique number. Assuming that 5 persons are there in a family, that 5 brushes, you have 5 unique number. You can assign that number in the controller, and these data will be stored in a database. If it is abnormal, it will give an alarm to you, and after that it will give an alarm to the what is that to the doctor. So this is what we call it as a product. Thank you for the discussion. This we call it as a product. You have to have a brainstorming session to form a basic requirement. After knowing the requirement, you need to know whom to be discussed. I mean, whom to be discussed in the sense how the data can be transferred. So it is nothing but a machine to machine communication, and there are different type of communication models available. For example, we have device to device communication, device to cloud communication, device to gateway model, back-end data sharing model. So for a student level project, we can have first two, device to cloud. If you are doing for a faculty level project, assuming that you are applying it for a funding agency or you are doing it for a PhD level, then you can go for a device to gateway model or back-end data sharing model. We'll see what is that. Device to device, as I told you, assuming that you want to communicate your light and AC, refrigerator, geyser, your chimney with the help of IoT. I think many of you know Alexa, right? Alexa can communicate to all your electronic appliances. For that, you need to have an interfacing device. That interfacing device is available in Amazon. The cost of the device is only around 1,500 to 1,000 rupees. Depending upon how many devices you connect, the prices may vary. You have to plug in that device in your plug-in box or switch box. Whichever the device is available in that switch box, that can be communicated or controlled via your mobile phone app or Alexa. This is nothing but device to device communication, a light bulb and a switch. And these two things can be communicated via wired network, or otherwise you can have a wireless network. We call it as a device to device. Both are devices. So another example is I have a different sensor, light, pressure, motion, gas, devices like chair, car, AC, household, and these data can be given to a gateway. Gateway is nothing but a controller. What are the different type of controller available? This particular workshop is for Arduino. Apart from that, we have uh, different controller like Arduino, Raspberry Pi, BeagleBone Black, Intel Galileo, then MSP 430, then what else? Raspberry Galileo, MSP 430. What else? Raspberry is fine. Yeah, that's all. IBM ARM. These are all the different controller available, and this will actuate a particular output. So input and output. This is an machine, and this is another machine. Machine to machine communication through a gateway. So this is called as device to device communication. This we can very well do it. You don't need to be an expert in IoT. I think I have a question. Node MCU. Thank you. Node MCU is there, right? So to start with, you can start with Arduino microcontroller. Sir, any Raspberry Pi workshop available, sir? Sorry for interruption. Raspberry Pi workshop, I don't think so. It is required, Hardeep. I'm sorry. What is your name?
Sir,
Hardeep. Sorry.
Hardy, sir.
Hardy, I don't think so. You require a Raspberry Pi workshop. If you want, I can arrange it for some other workshop because it is user friendly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
We have developed a IoT simulator kit. If you want, I can give the details of that IoT simulator kit later.
Okay,
You
sir.
need to attend a workshop. That IoT simulator kit, what we did is like we have with that IoT simulator kit, you can do 15 kind of experiments. That kit will tell you how to communicate between input and output. For example, if you see here in this picture, you have light, pressure, motion, gas, right? Light, you need a LDR. Pressure, normally you will be measuring with the help of a barometer, etc. But you need a sensor here. Motion, you have a far infrared ray sensor, PR sensor, etc. Gas is very, very important. Okay. For example, in your home, you have LPG, right? Liquefied petroleum gas. LPG, you can sense it. Normally, LPG is orderless, but they will put some chemical to sense it, and that is a pungent smell that you can able to detect. And after detecting it, whatever the sensor it may be, don't worry about the type of the sensor. But to the controller, you are giving only two data. It is digital or analog. So get the raw data, process it, and actuate an output. Output to the beginner, it can be only two things. You give a light as an output, sound as an output, display as an output. Start with that, then it is enough. Okay. Any question? Me too need Raspberry Pi workshop. Oh, okay, I think you no need a workshop. I believe it is my point of view. If you want, I'll let you know the details of that workshop later because it is very very easy. To my knowledge, I have not attended any workshop, but I learned it myself. Raspberry Pi, Raspberry and MSP 430. You know one thing. You go to the Texas Instruments website. Uh, I'll type it here, Texas Instruments. In that, you type university program. You can get some of the. Is my statement visible to all? I have sent a message. Is it visible to all? Organizer?
Sir, no, sir. Actually, the message still we didn't receive your message.
No, I think from me to admin IC. It went to admin IC.
Let me check, sir.
Anyway, I'll tell you. You go to the Texas Instrument website. They won't talk about Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi, I'll give you the detail. Uh, the Raspberry Pi, I'll give you the kit detail and workshop detail later. But if you still want to know the basics of IoT to program an IoT kit, etc., the Texas Instrument is doing it free of cost. I forgot the name. Yeah, C2000 microcontroller. C2000. Okay, they are doing it free of cost. Texas, yeah. Admin IC has sent that message. You go to the Texas Instrument website. Under that, you click the university program. They offer workshops. If you want, you can go and check that detail. If not, I'll help you. So this is device to device. Hope you don't have any doubt here. Next one is device to server. See here till this point, I have. Let me go to the pointer. Yeah. So till this point we have discussed like sensor input and it will go to the gateway. This is the gateway you need to bother. You don't worry, you don't need to study all the processor. You just concentrate on any one processor, either Arduino or Raspberry Pi, or you can simply take a C2000. Okay, C200. This is what it is available in Texas Instrument. Okay, and they are giving it as at a free of cost. I have few evaluation kit. It is available in my lab. I have given it to many people. I have conducted a workshop. They have given around like 30 kit. I have given to many students and faculty. and with that we can able to control an output device. Apart from that, you can connect this device to the network through the cloud. So this cloud can be anything. It can be a particular server, or otherwise it can be a mobile phone. So here, device to server, server to server, right? In the smartphone, assuming that you have a mobile, you have an app called a Smart Brush, okay, and this can give an output to actuate a device, right? The sensor can give an output to the mobile phone. Similarly, mobile phone give an output to a cloud or whatever it is. All are bidirectional. Any doubts? I think someone's mic is on. Kindly switch off your mic. So these issues, let us not worry about it much. This we have discussed. Next one is device to gateway model. So device to gateway is almost similar. Uh, Assuming that you are starting with a particular controller, you need to know what are all the protocols available, what are the standards available. So from the sensor, I can give it to the processor. From the processor, I can give it to a server. This is the device to gateway model. Everything will be done through the gateway. From the gateway, I can give it back to another input also. Okay. Similarly, this is back-end data sharing model. See, there are a lot of spinning mill in your area, right? A lot of spinning industry, CNC industry, pump industry. Each and every department, a particular parameter is very, very important. So identify that parameter and develop a system to measure that parameter with the help of some sensor. For example, in a textile mill, hygrow humidity is very important. Why textile mill is very, more in Coimbatore? Because by nature itself, relative humidity of Coimbatore is 65. Because of that, it is being called as Manchester of South India. Manchester of India is Mumbai. Manchester of South India is Coimbatore. Okay. So to have a spinning mill, to run a spinning mill, you have to maintain an RH of 65% relative humidity. So in a spinning mill, you have to measure the humidity. That can be measured with the help of a hygrometer. Okay. Or otherwise, you will be having an RH sensor, relative humidity sensor. That sensor will be sensing the relative humidity. If any one of the value is abnormal or below the required level, it will give an alarm bell. For that, I can use back-end data sharing model. This is just an example. Here, light sensor will give an application service provider one. From here, I can give it to many departments. Okay. And all the data can be stored in a storage device. I can check the production rate. We call it as UKG, unit per kilogram in spinning mill. Okay. Or otherwise tonnage, how many tons they have developed in a paper industry or a steel rolling mill. So those applications we can do it with the help of IoT. Okay, as I told you, smart city, because this is, I'm so specific because you faculty can contribute much to this smart city development. You can do many projects in these areas of smart city. So United Nations Development has implemented different key component: smart building, smart mobility, smart energy, smart water, smart waste management, smart health, smart digital layer. I'll tell you one simple example: smart water, right? How many of you have rainwater harvesting in your home? Anyone is having rainwater harvesting in your home? Let me see. How many of you have implemented rainwater harvesting in your home? What is the purpose of rainwater harvesting? The purpose of rainwater harvesting is to harvest the rain during the rainy season, and you can use it for your own purpose during the summer season. Similarly, to increase the water level, we can harvest the rainwater, and yeah, of course, increase the groundwater level. And it is a mandate in Tamil Nadu. How it is become mandate? If and only if we have rainwater harvesting system in your home, you will be given ration card. But I'm sure 90%, if you have, well and good. 90% of the people, they don't have rainwater harvesting in your home, but they have ration card. It is not mandate here. It's not compulsory. It is not being monitored properly. So we can implement the IoT concepts. Participant, kindly mute your mic.
Sir, done, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, in the case of IoT concept, rainwater harvesting can be monitored continuously. How? Each and every home will be given a small. I mean, you are paying tax for usage of water, right? If you are in a corporation, you will be having a digital meter in your home that is buried inside the watering system. You are not shown. So based on the level of water you have used, you need to pay the tax. That is what we do. If we can implement a new concept based on how many, I mean, the level of water you have harvested, and based on the usage of the water, can have two counters: the number of, I mean, the level of water used and the rainwater harvested. If both are equal, you no need to pay the tax. Okay, if any one is high, for example the rainwater harvested is high, then the government should give money to you. If the usage of water is more, you have to pay tax to the government. If we have implemented this concept, the rainwater harvesting system can be better utilized in Tamil Nadu. This concept I have proposed in the smart city mission. It was accepted. We have developed a prototype, and if you want to see this prototype, you can very well come to the college, you can see it. And this is the concept, everywhere we can use it. So sir, any IoT project should implement on open borewell. Yeah, we can. For example, in an open borewell, the start and stop of a pump, right? You have a star delta starter. Normally, for an open borewell pump, you will be using a star delta starter. The star delta starter on and off can be controlled with the help of an IoT concepts. How you can you can have a timer in the star delta starter. You have a timer for moving from star to delta. There is an automated system. So morning 6 o'clock, you can switch it on remotely, and again, depending on the plant, depending on the coconut trees, you can switch it on for 3 hours or 4 hours, and again you can switch it off. That on off can be controlled with the help of IoT. One. Second, you don't need to based on it should not be based on timer. It should be if you think if it is based on the water content, you have to implement the water level sensor or humidity sensor or a moisture sensor in the soil on a particular place, not on all the crops, because it is too costly. So you can place it on a particular soil, particular place, and if that particular place has reached that particular water content, then you can switch it off remotely. That is easily implemented. That is one of the project we can implement with the help of an open borewell. Okay. Okay. The next topic. 1 second. Okay. This, yeah. These are all the some of the projects available for smart city e-governance and services, public information, electronic service delivery. I don't want to disclose. I mean, explain all everything. I'll be telling you the topics alone. Waste management. This is one of the beautiful project. Government of India is having a separate scheme called as WMT, Waste Management Technology, under DST, Department of Science and Technology. They have a separate scheme for implementing waste. How we can convert the waste to some useful product, waste to energy, waste to electrical energy. How this waste can be converted, how this waste can be utilized properly. You know the problem we faced in Vellore, right? So many waste are dumped in that Vellore. How we can segregate the biodegradable waste and degradable waste? How we can segregate dry waste and wet waste? That can be possible with the help of IoT. I have a few slides to explain. I'll explain it later. And water management, we have smart meter. This is what I say. I told you, smart meter. If there is any leakage, how to identify the leakage? You can see everywhere there are many leakages and water is wasted like anything. So it has to be identified. The location has to be identified, because identifying a location is a big issue. There may be a leakage, but where that leakage was, that has to be identified with the help of IoT, and it has to be intimated to the corporation. They have to come and serve it. Okay, and water quality monitoring. So in some of the watches, you have sound quality monitoring. In an Apple Watch, you have a sensor, and if the particular, if in that particular level, if the sound level goes beyond a particular level dB, then it will give an alarm bell to you. Don't be in that place. Similarly, that smartwatch will tell you how many 22 seconds you have to wash your hands. If you don't wash your hands for 22 seconds, it will give us a alarm saying that you have not washed your hands properly. So what I mean to say is, there are certain sensors available in the market, and that can be implemented for water management and energy management. This is very, very important. For that, we have renewable energy sources of energy, green building concepts, urban mobility. Like, I don't want to wait for buses hours together. If the bus is going to come in the particular bus stop, it has to intimate me through the mobile phone saying that your bus will come at a particular time. It is time for you to go and wait for the bus. Okay, and it also should say, if you go by that way, the traffic is more, you have to go through another route. Even now the Google map will tell that, but I have to communicate it through my mobile phone app also. Okay, other concepts are like telemedicine, teleeducation, skill development center, incubation center. These are all the things which can be implemented for smart city development under the concept of IoT. So I have given all the concepts in a honeycomb view: IoT, IOP, IoD, IOS, called as Internet of People, Internet of Data, Internet of Services, for smart environment, living, people, governance, economy, mobility. Combined together, we call it as smart city. Okay. So as I told you, these are all the projects under pipeline: waste management, air quality monitoring, noise monitoring, traffic congestion, city energy consumption, smart lighting, automation and monitoring of public building. This is very, very important now. We have done a project for DST for checking the condition of the heritage building. What do you mean by heritage building? You can see in some of the states, there might be a very age-old building which was built during the year 1800s. For example, you can take a temples, okay, and certain buildings or temples may need to be monitored continuously. If at all, if there is any abnormality, then we have to go and repair that building, right? So that can be done with the help of IoT. For that, there are vibration sensors available, very, very sensitive, costly vibration sensors available. There are sensors available to measure the earth quality, earthquake monitoring system. Okay, in Japan, they have created a supercomputer. The name of the computer, they have developed it for almost 10 years, and finally they have achieved it. And the name of the computer is supercomputer is Fugogu. You Google it and see Fugogu. Okay, that Fugogu can sense the tsunami. Japan, you know very well, right? It is prone for tsunami and those kind of disasters, right? So that supercomputer can sense the earthquake, sense the abnormality in the earth, and it can warn the people. And the name of the supercomputer is Fugogu. You can check Google and check it. Fine. So here I just want to tell you some of the applications of IoT. IoT applications, we can have an intelligent home. In the intelligent home, we can have lights, speakers, window shades, laptop, TV, tablet. All these things can be controlled with the help of a tablet or a mobile phone. The garage door can be opening and closing, exterior light opening and switch it on and off, geyser on off, gas on off. Everything can be controlled with the help of IoT. And don't think so that it is quite costliest and the extravaganza systems. All are very cost effective. If you implement Arduino board of the total cost of Arduino board, I told you it's only 450 to 500 China make. Better for a beginner level, you can take a China make 400 to 500 rupees, right? And all other sensors are also available in the market. I'll show the picture later. Okay, you can easily implement it. So the following slides, you please note down this website. I have taken only few applications from the website. Excuse me. All these are all IoT based applications. The first application is Smart Egg Tray. What it will do, in your fridge, it will check whether the egg is present or not. In your mobile phone, you can develop a similar kind of an egg tray depending on the number of eggs in the egg tray. It will be updated continuously. The egg tray will have a sensor, and the sensor can be interfaced with your mobile phone app. So depending on the number of eggs, it will intimate you. And once the egg is completed, egg is over, it will give an alarm bell saying that you evening you buy it. If you don't buy it, it will give a reminder again. Whenever you reach when you are about to reach your home, it will give a reminder again saying that you have not purchased the eggs, that you need to update it properly. And you have a washing machine. If you want to convert that into a smart washing machine, that is possible with the help of IoT. You can develop a mobile phone app. Some of the apps are available online also. You can buy it, or you can, some of them are freely downloadable. Only thing is you need to interface this app with the washing machine with the help of a Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi, right? And smart lighting, as I told you, all the lights, fan, all the electrical appliances can be controlled with the help of a tablet or a mobile phone. Okay. Smart AC, you know very well. And smart sleep system, it is also available in all the mobile phone apps. In a smartwatch, it will check whether you have a good sleep or not, whether you have a proper sleep or not in the night. Okay. So it will monitor with the help of the data you have. Smart weather station, smart slow cooker. You please Google it and check these things. It will get, it has a lot of information, like the type of controller to be used, type of sensors to be used, and type of what do you call, interface you have, everything. So this is a very very useful project. I suggest some of the faculty can do that. I have done it. I'll tell you how to do it. See, there are in your city, in your place, you might have seen these kind of garbage cans. The garbage can is an open area, and all the waste will be surrounding these garbage cans. And some of them are full, and some of them are over full, and spillover will be all over the place. So this can be avoided by having a smart garbage can. The purpose of garbage can is, if the garbage is full, it will intimate to the local officer, similar to the local lorry driver or whoever it is who can take this garbage. So apart from that, it can segregate. You have a partition in between, and you have a sensor. It can segregate the wet waste and dry waste. Okay, it is easily implementable. You need only two sensors. Okay. And once it is full, for that you have a separate sensor, and once it is full, it will give an intimation to the remote place, so that it can be replaced easily. So this is called a smart garbage can, and this is a very very useful application. I have an elaborate presentation on agriculture implementation with the help of IoT later. But this is one small application. For a home application, you can have a smart gardening. You can connect your pipe with all the connections, and you have a sensor. Automatically, it will switch on the tap and water it, and it will switch close the tap with the help of a valve system. That is called as smart gardening. And in transportation, this is a useful application. In foreign countries and all, the truck drivers, they should not drive more than 8 hours. If they drive for more than 8 hours, it will be monitored continuously. In national highways, you might have seen a place called as truck parking. The purpose of truck parking is, after 8 hours of driving, they have to wait for 1 or 2 hours. They have to rest for 1 hour or 2 hours. Then only they have to take for another journey. If they don't park the vehicle for 2 hours or more than 2 hours, then it will be intimated and they will be fined. This is a strict rule in developed countries. But in India, they are not following it. But if they do it, it is a very useful application. The purpose of doing so is to avoid accidents. Okay, and in some of the parking, in some of the vehicle, if the driver is so sleepy, it will give a vibration in the seat and it will awake the driver, or otherwise it may intimate the owner saying that driver is sleepy and still he is driving. So these are all the IoT applications in transportation. And in supply chain management, once the goods is released from the warehouse, whether it has reached the marketplace or not is being monitored with the help of IoT. That is in the case of supply chain management. So this is so far we have discussed the applications of IoT. Now we'll discuss the architecture of IoT. What are all the architectures required? So the first one is the sensing and identification. If you want to develop a particular application, first check what are all the parameters to be sensed and what all the inputs need to be identified. For example, you can have a GPS, smart device, RFID, sensor. And depending on the topology is what? Geometrical arrangement of a system is called as a topology. For example, here they have, it is a star network, right? Here it is a honeycomb network. Here a personal area network, right? A wide area network, localized area network, LAN. So depending on the network construction, you can decide the topology. And after sensing it, where the information are being sent to the data center, to the search engine, to the smart decision system for implementing ANN, deep learning, machine learning, for the security system, or for the data mining. And finally, it has to send to the particular application. For example, for a smart grid, grill building, smart transport, healthcare, medicine, etc., environmental monitoring, etc. So these are all the different layers used in the IoT architecture. So here I'm going to tell you the IoT technology. So for implementing that, here we have discussed the layers involved in the IoT. Now let us see what are the technologies required. We need a hardware, proper communication, protocol, what is the software required, and what type of platform you need. Okay. So the following slide says you about different hardware requirement. So this is a BeagleBone Black, Intel Galileo, Raspberry Pi, and Arduino Uno. So for the beginner, you can go to these companies' website through your college ID. You can ask for a sample processor. They are allowed to give at free of cost. They are supposed to give it to you under university program scheme to give advertisement to their own product. They can give the processor at free of cost to the faculty, provided you have to go through your college ID. I have purchased many processors like that, like this. Okay, if you have a college ID, go through the college ID, go to that particular website, ask for this particular processor. They can give it at free of cost. Some of the softwares, some of the hardwares are Arduino you can purchase it in the local shop itself. These three things you can get it for sample. So this is a simple project. So you get a processor, take a breadboard. I have connected an input, only one input, and given to an output. Output is a siren and a display. If the input is sensed, I have given a processor saying that once the input is sensed, give the output to the siren, display the value in the LCD unit. It is a 2x16 LCD. So to start with, this is the power supply, RPS, regulated power supply. So to start your project, you can start with the help of this simple breadboard connection. Then you can go for a PCB level or whatever it is. So these are all the different types of sensors and actuators available in the market at low cost. You can sense the presence with the help of position sensor, presence sensor, proximity sensor. You can measure the motion, either angular motion or a linear motion. with the help of motion sensor, velocity, LVDT, that is displacement sensor. And temperature is available at different methods. For example, you can have an LM35. It's a very, very basic temperature sensor. LM35 is available. And PT, positive temperature coefficient type of sensors are available. PT300, PT350, many sensors are available. Humidity sensor, moisture sensor, sound level sensor, acoustic, sound or vibration, chemical or gas sensor. Like gas sensor, we have CO2 sensor, CO sensor, NO sensor, SOX. SOX means SO3, NO3, nitrous oxide. Those things can be measured. And flow normally can be measured to check the water level or oil level. For oil level, you can also sense the viscosity. I think viscosity is not there. Yeah, viscosity is not there. We can check the viscosity of the level, viscosity of the oil also. Viscosity sensor is also available. You can check the force, load, torque, strain, pressure, leaks and levels. This is very, very important. Okay, leak, to detect the leak, water leak, oil leak, air leak. Okay, electric or magnetic sensor, acceleration or tilt. For that, we have a MEMS type of a sensor, or otherwise we can have a gyro sensor, GYRO. Okay, gyro sensors are available. And optical, like if you want to sense the lumens level, illuminance level, radiation level, visible light, that can be checked with the help of this machine vision sensor. Okay, so these are all the sensors and actuators available in an IC format. This is what important. And if you see the cost of this sensor, it may cost you around like 100 rupees. Some of them are 20 rupees, 50 rupees, depending on the level. These are also the sensors available in the market. The beauty of this sensor is they will sense the physical parameter and give the output in digital, because the Arduino or any processor can accept easily this digital processor. Some of the processor you have only digital input, right? A small, assuming that you want to develop a small product. So if it accepts only digital, you can you can buy this kind of a sensor and you can give it as a input to the particular processor. So IoT technologies, we have a different communication technology. For example, you can start with the 3G, 4G. Now people are talking about 5G, GPS, GPRS, etc. And Wi-Fi, IEEE 802.15. This is useful for IIoT, industrial IoT, Zigbee communication, Bluetooth, NFC, RFID, ANT, right? And this is also useful for SCADA, DCS kind of applications like White Glass, WiMAX, Dash, Li-Fi, PLC, QR codes, etc. So these are all the common IoT technology protocols: constrained application protocol, message queue protocol, extensible messaging protocol, low WAN, okay, low power wireless PAN, personal area network protocols. So here IoT technologies serving as a service model. These are all the sensors and actuators and the users. It will sense and give the data to the publisher in the cloud. And from this cloud, the data can be taken by different providers. And from the data taken, depending on the applications, it can be given to the industry, home applications, healthcare, medical, anywhere, depending on the usage, right? So all this data can be sensed and use it for different applications with the help of IoT. So the challenges of IoTs are like, how do you connect it without any interruption? Seamless integration. We want seamless integration, right? So what type of connectivity you need? Depending on the application, it may vary. And how you manage the power, because the battery is one of the biggest enemy for a small kind of a device. If you want more ampere hour, you want heavy sized battery. If you increase the size of the battery, then weight of the product may get increased. And how do you secure the data? This is very, very important, because I have stored the data in the cloud. Anybody can take the data from the cloud. How do you secure it? And the processor keeps on changing. If I'm assuming that I'm very well versed in Raspberry 430, MSP 430, next month, some of the processor may come. During that time, my product may become outdated, obsolete. So how do you manage this rapid evolution? These are all some of the challenges. And the characteristics of IoTs are like you need to bother about interconnectivity and heterogeneity, interoperability, ubiquitous, sensing, and actuation. I have already given you the components of IoT. So while before starting any of the product, any of the application, any of the project, you need to decide these two slides: components of IoT, characteristics of IoT. It may vary from application to application, product to product. Fine. So with this, I stop now, leave for a break. Next, we are going to discuss the two applications: IoT applications in agriculture, IoT applications in garment industry or textile industry. I have almost like 10 to 15 applications in each. If time permits, I'll discuss all the applications, or otherwise I'll leave the slide to you. You can read it by your own. Some of the application I may discuss, some of them I may not, depending on the time. Okay. So with this, I stop here for a break. If you have any doubts so far, you can ask me now.
Thank you, sir. Shall we have break now, sir?
Yes. If you have any doubt, we can ask. Otherwise, we'll have break.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, how can we get a processor from a company, sir?
So
Like Raspberry Pi.
you have to send a mail to the university program in that particular website.
Okay, sir.
Requesting you have an application. You are going to do a project for research. Okay, not
Okay,
for
sir.
commercial level. So
Okay, sir.
send a sample of the processor. They make it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You ask for evaluation kit, not for the
Okay.
processor as a whole. You can ask for an evaluation kit.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, there is a message in chat box.
Yeah, I can see. Sir, Tesla cars implementation of, what is the question? In Tesla cars, they have implemented IoT. Not only in Tesla cars, in many of the cars, they have implemented the concept of IoT. Even if you want to implement the concept of IoT in your own car, we can able to do it. I'll explain to you during the applications. It is possible because we have implemented the IoT concept in two-wheeler as well as in four-wheeler. That is very simple. I'll tell you how later. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if there is no question, we'll have a break. And what time we can have the session?
Sir, 11:15, sir. You can resume back by 11:15.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Requesting all participants to have a break now. We'll resume back in the same meeting ID and password and same meeting room by 11:15 a.m. Thank you.